Alright, so today is a quick video to show the salad or bread plate that's the companion to this dinner plate, which is another video that I've also, should be the one right before this one. And anyway, let's get started and I'll show you how I made it. It's super simple. Alright, this is 2 pounds of stoneware. I'm just going to roughly center it. Kind of spread it out on the wheel there. Now here's our secret weapon. I'm just going to use a piece of PVC pipe. This is 1.5 inches probably. You could also use 2 inch or something like that. I wouldn't use anything too small or it won't have a lot of strength to it. Now if it starts to flare over the edge like that, you want to kind of push it down because you don't want it to get a pocket under there. Alright, let's see where we are. We want to go out 9.5 inches. That's pretty good. Just trim that off. Smooth that edge just a little bit. See what our width is. Okay, we're a little short now. I trimmed a little too much. So we're just gonna spread it out just a little bit. See what that did. And we're right out where we need to be. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we're gonna raise up this outer lip. And I just stick a thumb up underneath there and slowly sort of pull it in. Now we're going to raise this edge up to 3/4 of an inch. And that's a little over 3/4, but by the time I round it, it'll be okay. So put a little chamois on here. And smooth that. Check the height again. A little short. Check it again. Okay, that'll work. Now we want to be 8 3/4 wide, and we are. So I'm just going to take a credit card here. Smooth that out real well. Bring my chamois over here and clean this up just a little bit more. Clean up underneath here. Now I want a spiral in the middle of these. There we go. Alright, the salad plates are now leather hard. And I've got a little bit in here I need to smooth down. Alright. So I've got a little, it's a 1/4 inch thick piece of foam that's mounted on a bat and got a bunch of concentric rings on it. Because I can't tap center to save my life, so I just get them pretty much centered. Give them a trim. Now we'll let these dry. I'll let them dry up probably for like another day or maybe till this evening, and I'll come back and sign them and then put them back in the cabinet and let them dry until they're bone dry, and then I'll fire them. I think these are dry enough to go ahead and sign. This is just a nail that I have filed the end till it's just kind of got a rounded tip on it. Alright, here's a little trick I just learned that that I wanted to video before I forgot it. But when I sign these, I get all these little crumbs, and it's hard to get them off without them sticking down. So I found that if I take a hair dryer and hit them, it dries them enough that I can just brush them away, and they don't stick at all. And that way they don't stick at all. Now after I've got them signed, I'm taking each one and putting it on the bat again, and then I'm pressing it down all over really well to make sure that it's, because by the time I trim the bottoms and do all that, I've kind of pushed the bottom in a little bit. So I'm just trying to make sure that I've got it absolutely flat before I put it back in the cabinet. Now I've got them all trimmed and signed, and I've got them in this cabinet, and I'll just shut them up in here and leave them in there until they are bone dry and ready to fire. Alright, here's one of our little plates, and it's been bisque fired, and the next thing I'm going to do is get the bottom waxed with some wax resist. This is just some liquid wax resist. Alright, so now we're going to let that dry, and then we'll come back and glaze it. The wax resist is dried on the back, and so the next thing we need to do is get these dipped. And it's a two-tone glaze, so I'm going to dip the first one just a little bit past half. Alright, so the first layer is pretty much dry. And so now I'm going to glaze the other side. And that one's pretty much finished. Alright, now I just got to get all the rest of them done. Alright, so here it is finished out of the kiln. It's got the two-tone glaze on there. Turned out really well. Thank you for watching.